You have been asking for the wrong thing. Every night, every prayer, every time fear pressed in and you begged to be kept safe, you were asking for something that was already yours. And nobody ever told you that begging was the reason you never felt it. There is a difference between begging for protection and standing inside it, and almost no one was ever taught the second one. Most of us learn to pray for safety the way a frightened child calls out in the dark, pleading, bargaining, hoping that if we ask with enough desperation, something out there will finally decide to shield us. And then we wonder why we still feel exposed. Why the fear comes back the moment the prayer ends. Why we lie awake rehearsing every threat, feeling unguarded in our own homes, in our own bodies, in our own lives. If that is you, I want you to hear something before we go any further. You were never meant to beg for protection. Protection was never something you had to earn through the intensity of your pleading. It was meant to be something you remember, something you step into, something you anchor around yourself because it was always yours to claim. That is what this video is. This is a guided prayer of protection, built around the presence of Archangel Michael, the great protector, and the living presence of Christ within you. But it is not the kind of prayer you may be used to. We are not going to spend this time desperately asking a distant power to notice us and hopefully agree to help. Instead, I am going to guide you into a state where you consciously anchor divine protection around your entire being, your body, your mind, your emotions, your home, and the people you love. There is a reason this matters, and it is worth understanding before we begin. When you beg, your nervous system stays in fear. Begging assumes the protection is not here yet, that it is somewhere else, that it might not come. And a body convinced it is unprotected cannot rest, no matter how many words it prays. But when you anchor, something entirely different happens. You are no longer reaching outward in panic. You are recognizing a protection that is already present, already surrounding you, and consciously drawing it in. The fear settles. The body softens. You stop performing your prayer and start inhabiting it. This is the shift Jesus himself pointed to when he taught that we do not need to pile up anxious words to be heard, because the Father already knows, already sees, is already near. Protection, real protection, does not begin with our desperation. It begins with our remembering. Before we go further, if this resonates with you, subscribe, because this channel lives exactly here, where spiritual protection, inner peace, and the calming of the nervous system meet. And save this video because a prayer like this is not something you use once. It is something you return to on the nights when fear creeps back in, when you feel exposed, when the world feels too heavy and you need to remember that you are held. Save it now so it is there when you need it most, on the night you cannot explain why you feel so exposed, on the day the anxiety rises for no reason you can name, in the moment you simply need to be reminded that a protection greater than your own effort is real and is reaching for you. I also want you to know who is guiding you through this because it matters. I have spent years working as an energy therapist and holistic practitioner, walking with people through fear, through anxiety, through the invisible weight so many of us carry and never speak about. I have sat with people in states of deep vulnerability, people who felt unsafe in ways they could not explain, and what I have witnessed again and again is this. When a person stops begging for protection and learns instead to anchor it, to consciously surround themselves with divine light, and call in the presence of Michael and of Christ, something in them changes at a level deeper than words. The breathing slows. The shoulders drop. The face softens. The chronic bracing that fear installs in the body, that low and constant readiness for the next bad thing, begins at last to release. This is not about fantasy or fear of the dark. It is about coming home to a truth your soul already knows, that you are not alone, that you are not unguarded, that a protection greater than your own effort has always been available to you. In the minutes ahead, I will guide you gently through this. First we will prepare, settling the body and the breath. Then we will call in the light, anchor the protection of Archangel Michael around you and around everyone you love. Invoke the presence of Christ within, and release everything that has been draining and frightening you. And we will close by sealing that protection so it stays with you long after this video ends. You can lie down for this. You can close your eyes. You can let the tears come if they come. All you have to do is be here and be willing to remember. So take a slow breath with me now, slower on the way out than on the way in, and let us begin the work of remembering a protection you were never meant to beg for, because it was always already yours. Before we begin the prayer itself, I want you to understand what we are actually doing. because understanding it will make it work more deeply in you. So much of the fear we carry lives in the body, not the mind. You can tell yourself 100 times that you are safe and still feel unsafe, because the message never reached the place where the fear actually lives. The nervous system does not speak the language of logic. It speaks the language of sensation, of breath, of presence, of felt safety. And this is exactly why a prayer of protection done the right way is so powerful. It does not merely inform your mind that you are protected. It gives your whole being an experience of being protected. And the body believes experiences far more than it believes arguments. Here is what most people do not realize. When you consciously imagine light surrounding you, when you deliberately call in a sense of divine presence, when you slow your breath and speak words of protection with intention, you are not just being poetic. You are sending your nervous system a cascade of safety signals. The slow breath tells the body the emergency is over. The felt sense of a protective presence tells the deep, ancient part of your brain that you are not alone against the danger, and being not alone against danger is one of the most powerful things a human being can experience. This is why, across every spiritual tradition, protection is so often described in terms of covering, shielding, surrounding, enveloping. A shield, a mantle, wings, a wall of fire. These are not random images. They are the exact images a frightened nervous system needs in order to feel held. Now let me say something about Archangel Michael because he sits at the center of this prayer. Across traditions, Michael is known as the Great Protector, the one who stands against darkness, the defender of the light. Whatever your theology, whatever your background, the presence he represents is one of powerful, unwavering protection, a strength far greater than your own, standing guard on your behalf. And there is something profoundly regulating about invoking a protector greater than yourself. Think of a child in a storm. The child is not calmed by being told to be brave and handle it alone. The child is calmed by a parent who says, "I am here, I have you, nothing gets past me tonight." That is what invoking Michael does for the soul. It places a mighty loving guardian between you and everything you fear, so that you no longer have to be the sole defender of your own life. And that is a role you were never meant to carry alone. So much exhaustion comes from believing you must protect yourself, every moment, by your own vigilance. Then there is the presence of Christ, which we will invoke as the very center of this protection. Where Michael surrounds you, Christ dwells within you. This is the deepest layer of safety a person can know, not only protected from the outside, but filled from the inside, so that there is no empty, frightened space left for fear to occupy. The light does not merely form a wall around you. It fills you until you yourself become light, until there is simply no room left for the darkness you have been afraid of. And here again is the shift I want you to hold on to. We are not doing this from a place of terror, frantically building walls because we believe we are about to be overrun. We are doing this from a place of remembering, calmly and deliberately anchoring a protection that was always meant to be yours. There is a world of difference between a person cowering behind a barricade and a person standing serenely inside an unshakable light. Both may be protected, but only one is at peace. One is still living inside the fear, merely managing it. The other has stepped entirely out of it, into something steadier and truer. And peace is the entire point. Protection without peace is just a more spiritual form of fear. So as we move into the preparation, I want you to release the idea that you have to make this happen through the force of your own effort or the intensity of your belief. You do not have to strain. You do not have to get the words perfect. You do not have to convince anyone, least of all a God who already knows and already loves you. All you have to do is soften, breathe, and allow yourself to receive what is already reaching toward you. The light is not far away, waiting to see if you ask correctly. It is not rationing itself, measuring whether your faith is strong enough or your words are worthy enough. It is already here, already surrounding you, already closer than your own breath, more willing to protect you than you have ever been to ask. Our only task tonight is to stop striving long enough to feel what is already true. So let us prepare the body now gently, so that it can receive what the soul already knows, and step out of begging and into the quiet, unshakable knowing that you are protected. Let us prepare now, gently and without any rush, because what we are about to do deserves your full presence. Find a place where you can be undisturbed for a little while. Your bed is perfect. A chair is perfect. Anywhere you can be still and unbothered. If you are lying down, let your body sink fully into the surface beneath you. If you are sitting, let the chair take your weight completely. There is nothing you need to accomplish in these next minutes, nowhere else you need to be, no one you need to be strong for. You have been holding yourself up, holding yourself together for so long. For the next few minutes, you do not have to hold anything. You are allowed to be held. Let your hands rest softly, palms open if that feels right. A small physical signal that you are done grasping and ready to receive. Let your eyes close whenever they are ready, softly, without effort, the way they close on their own when you are truly tired and finally safe enough to sleep. And now, simply begin to notice your breath. Do not change it yet. Just notice it, the air moving in through your nose and out again. And now gently begin to let each exhale grow a little longer than each inhale. Breathe in slowly, and let it go even more slowly. Again, breathe in, and release long and unhurried, like setting down something heavy you did not realize you were carrying. This longer exhale is the oldest signal of safety the body knows. With every slow breath out, you are telling your nervous system gently and truthfully that the emergency is over, that in this moment there is nothing to fight and nothing to flee, that you are safe enough right now to soften. Let us relax the body part by part, releasing the fear that has been quietly stored there. Begin at the top of your head. Let your scalp soften. Let the small muscles of your face release, the forehead, the space between your eyebrows where worry gathers. Let your eyes rest heavy and soft. Unclench your jaw and let your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. Let your throat soften. Now your shoulders, those faithful shoulders that have been braced against the world for so long. Let them drop, away from your ears, down and back, releasing. Let that release flow down your arms, through your elbows, your wrists, all the way to your fingertips. Let your chest soften and your heart with it. Let your belly be soft, unclenched, allowed for once to simply be at ease. Let your back release into whatever is holding you. Let your hips soften, your thighs, your knees. Let it flow down through your calves, your ankles, and out through the soles of your feet. Your whole body softening, releasing, coming to rest. And now, with your body settled, I want to offer you 3 gentle permissions to carry into this prayer. The first, you are allowed to feel whatever rises. Fear surfaces, let it surface. If grief comes, let it come. If tears arrive, let them fall without apology. We are not suppressing anything tonight. We are releasing it. The second, you are allowed to receive. You do not have to earn this protection or deserve it, or prove yourself worthy of it first. It is offered freely, the way light is offered freely to anyone who opens the curtains. Your only task is to stop striving and let it in, the way you would open a window and let the morning air move through a room that has been closed too long. And the third, the most important, you are allowed to feel safe. Even if safety has felt foreign to you for a long time. Even if some part of you has forgotten what it feels like to be truly at ease. Even if you cannot remember the last time your body was not quietly braced for something. Tonight you are allowed to remember. And you are allowed to let that remembering come slowly in its own time without forcing it. Now, before the prayer of protection begins, let me say this once, so that nothing interrupts you afterward. From here on, I will guide you without stopping, all the way through the anchoring of the light, the calling of Archangel Michael, the presence of Christ, and the sealing of your protection. Simply follow my voice. You do not need to memorize anything or do anything perfectly. If your attention drifts, gently return. If emotion moves through you, let it. This is your time to be surrounded and filled, to remember that you are guarded and held. And know this as we begin. You do not have to believe in any of it perfectly for it to work. You do not have to have the right theology or the right words or the right amount of faith. You only have to be willing, even a little, to soften and receive. Willingness is enough. Willingness has always been enough. So take one more slow breath now, in through the nose and out long and soft. Feel your body at rest. Feel your willingness to receive. And let us begin to call in the light that has been waiting for you all along, patiently, without a trace of impatience, for exactly this moment. Bring your gentle attention now to the space just above the top of your head, and begin to imagine high above you, far beyond the ceiling, beyond the sky, at the very center of all things, a source of pure, radiant, living light. This is the light of the divine, the light of your Creator, the source from which you came and to which you belong. And this light has been aware of you this whole time. It is not distant or indifferent. It has been waiting patiently for this exact moment for you to turn toward it and open. See it now, brilliant and warm, beginning to descend toward you. A soft column of luminous white gold light, pouring down from the heart of the universe. And as it reaches you, feel it begin to pour over the crown of your head and down around your entire body, like a warm, luminous rain, washing over you from the outside, bathing you completely in living light. Let it flow down over your face, your shoulders, your arms, down your chest and back, over your hips and legs, all the way to your feet, until your whole body is enveloped, wrapped, cocooned in radiant light. Feel it warm against your skin, gentle and unhurried, leaving no part of you uncovered, no part of you exposed. This is not a harsh or blinding light. It is soft like late afternoon sun, and it holds you the way warmth holds you, completely and kindly. And now let this light begin to move through you, not just around you but within you. Feel it enter softly through the crown of your head, gently illuminating your mind, clearing away every anxious thought, every fearful image, every worry that has been circling in your head like a storm that would not stop. Let the light move down into your face, softening it, into your throat, opening and clearing it, into your chest, where it surrounds your heart and holds it with infinite tenderness. Let the light fill your lungs with each breath, so that you are quite literally breathing in light. Let it flow down into your stomach, your belly, releasing the tension you have carried there, the place where fear so often lives, coiled and waiting. Let the light reach even there, into the deepest, most guarded part of you, and let it begin so gently to loosen what has been held so tight for so long. Let it move into every organ, every muscle, every bone, all the way down through your legs, and let it pour out through the soles of your feet like roots of light descending into the earth. And here let this light of yours reach all the way down to the heart of the earth herself, and gather there all the love of this living planet that holds you, and let it rise back up through the soles of your feet, up through your legs and into your heart. Feel your heart begin to glow now with a warm rose-colored light, the light of divine love, expanding gently with every beat, filling your chest with warmth. And at the very center of your chest, see a golden flame, the flame of divine wisdom and inner peace, growing brighter, steadier. And around it a calm blue flame, the flame of faith and protection, beginning to expand. These lights within you are growing now, rose and gold and blue merging, radiating outward, filling your whole body until there is no dark or frightened corner left in you, until you are filled edge to edge with living light. You are no longer a person hoping to be protected. You are becoming a being of light, so full, so luminous, that fear has nowhere left to sit. Feel how different this is from begging. You did not have to plead for a single drop of this. You only had to open and it came. It was always going to come. It has been waiting your whole life for you to stop striving long enough to receive it. Every time you begged, it was already here. Every time you felt abandoned, it had never left. You were never actually without it. You were only unable in your fear to feel it. And now, in this stillness, you can rest here for a moment, simply glowing, simply filled, surrounded by light and radiant with it. There is nothing to do here, nothing to achieve, nowhere to go. Just be for a breath or two. A luminous being at rest in the middle of a light that loves you. Let it be easy. Let it be enough. Breathe slowly and let yourself believe, even just a little, that this is real, that you truly are held in a light greater than anything that has ever frightened you. You do not have to force the belief. Just let the possibility stay open, and let the feeling of being surrounded do the rest. Notice, if you can, that the frightened edge in you has already begun to soften, that something in your body is beginning quietly to trust. And when you are ready, we will call in the mighty presence of the one who stands guard, Archangel Michael, to anchor this protection and surround you and everyone you love with an unshakable shield. Now, from within this light that fills and surrounds you, let us call in the presence of the great protector. You do not need to strain or force this. You are not summoning something reluctant. You are simply turning your attention toward a presence that is always ready, always willing, always near. In your heart, silently or in a whisper, call to him now. Beloved Archangel Michael, mighty protector, defender of the light, I call upon your presence. Come to me now and stand guard around my life, and feel him arrive. Do not worry about seeing anything with perfect clarity. Simply sense, in whatever way is natural to you, a vast and loving strength drawing near. A presence so powerful and so protective that the frightened part of you can finally exhale. This is the presence that has answered every genuine call for protection since the beginning of time, and it has answered yours. You did not have to convince it. You did not have to earn it. You only had to turn toward it, and it was already on its way. This is a guardian far greater than any threat you have ever faced. And he is placing himself between you and everything you have been afraid of, the way a mountain stands between a valley and the wind. You do not have to hold the line anymore. He holds it. You do not have to watch the door anymore. He watches it. Your only job now is to rest inside the safety he is creating. Now let us anchor his protection around you in every direction, so that no part of you is left unguarded. Archangel Michael before me. Feel a wall of brilliant protective light appear in front of you, radiant and impenetrable. Archangel Michael behind me. Feel that same wall of light rise up at your back, guarding everything you cannot see. Archangel Michael to my right. Archangel Michael to my left. Feel yourself enclosed on every side, a fortress of light with you safe at its center. Archangel Michael above me and below me and all around me, within and without and everywhere I go. You are completely surrounded now, sealed in every direction in a protection nothing can breach. Above and below, before and behind, on your right and on your left, there is only radiant guarding light, and you at the center of it, held like something precious, held like something worth defending because you are. And within that shield, say these words with me, silently or aloud. I am the presence that protects me here. I am the presence that protects me here. I am the presence that protects me here. Feel how those words land differently than begging ever did. This is not pleading with a distant power to maybe keep you safe someday. This is standing calm and certain, inside a protection that is already yours, already established, already sealed around you in every direction. Feel the difference in your body. Begging tightens. Anchoring settles. And you are settling now into a certainty that does not have to be defended, only inhabited. And now, because you were never meant to hold anyone you love in fear either, let this protection expand. See Michael's shielding light begin to grow outward from you, expanding to surround the people you love. Picture their faces now, one by one. See the light reach them wherever they are, surrounding each of them in the same shield of protection that surrounds you. Let it extend to your home, wrapping every room, every doorway, every window in radiant guarding light, so that your home becomes a sanctuary that nothing harmful can enter. Let it expand further to your street, your city, everyone within it, and further still across your whole country, and out to the whole trembling world, every frightened heart, every person lying awake tonight feeling as unprotected as you once did. Let Michael's light, joined with the presence of Christ, move out across all of it, blessing and shielding, asking that the divine plan of peace and protection be established over the earth, and over every soul upon it. You are part of something vast now. Your small prayer for protection has become a river of light flowing out to bless the world. And none of it required begging. None of it required struggle. It only required that you remember the light was yours to give, because it was first freely given to you, poured into you so fully that it could not help but overflow to everyone you love and out into the whole aching world. Rest here a moment, at the center of this immense and expanding protection. Feel Michael standing guard, tireless and unmoving. Feel the shield around you, unbreakable, sealed on every side. Feel it reaching out to everyone you love, wrapping them in the same light that wraps you. You are guarded. You are surrounded. You are safe, and so are the ones you carry in your heart. And now, into this fortress of light, let us welcome the presence that will fill its very center. The presence of Christ, dwelling not only around you, but within you. Now, at the very center of this shield of light, let us welcome the deepest protection of all, the living presence of Christ, dwelling within you. Michael surrounds you from without. Christ fills you from within. And between the two there is no opening left for fear, no empty room for darkness to occupy, nothing left unguarded in you at all. So turn your attention gently to your own heart, to the very center of your chest, and simply invite this presence in. You do not have to be worthy first. You do not have to be finished healing. You only have to open the door even a crack and let it come. Beloved Christ, come and dwell in me. Fill me with your peace. Fill me with your light. And let there be no room left in me for fear. Feel a warm and gentle presence begin to arise, not from outside you now, but from within, from the very center of your being, as if a light that had always been there, quietly waiting, is finally being allowed to shine at full strength. This is the peace that the world cannot give and the world cannot take away. Let it rise and spread through you. Let it calm every fear that logic could never calm. Let it reach the frightened places in you that have never quite believed they were safe. And as this presence fills you, let it speak to your nervous system in the only language it truly trusts, the language of felt safety, of warmth, of an assurance deeper than words. Let every cell of your body receive the message it has been waiting so long to hear. You are safe. You are loved. You are held. You have always been held. Even in the moments you felt most alone. Even in the nights you were certain no one was there. You were never as alone as you feared. Nothing can separate you from this love, and nothing ever could. Not your fear. Not your failures. Not the years you spent feeling alone. Not anything that has ever happened to you or anything you have ever done. This love has been with you the whole time. Closer than your own breath. And it is not going anywhere now. Now, held in this presence, surrounded by Michael and filled with Christ, let us gently release everything that has been draining you. Everything that has kept you afraid. You do not have to fight it or force it out. In the presence of this much light, the darkness simply cannot remain. It dissolves the way shadows dissolve when you open the curtains, not through struggle, but through the simple arrival of light. You do not fight a shadow. You do not wrestle it or argue with it. You simply let in the light and the shadow is gone, because it was never a thing in itself, only the absence of what is now flooding into you. So let it go now. Every fear you have carried, let the light dissolve it. Every anxious thought that has haunted your nights, let it dissolve. Every heaviness you cannot even name, every weight you have carried so long you forgot you were carrying it, let the light dissolve it now. The old fears, the chronic worry, the sense of being exposed and unprotected that has followed you for years. Let it all be gently drawn out of you and dissolved in the light, released completely, leaving you lighter with every breath. As if a weight you had carried so long you mistook it for part of yourself is finally being lifted away, and you are discovering how light you were always meant to feel. Let go of the memories that still frighten you. Let go of the wounds that taught you the world was not safe. Let go of the exhausting vigilance, the constant scanning for danger, the belief that you have to guard your own life every second or something terrible will slip through. You do not have to guard everything anymore. You are guarded. You can set down the exhausting job of protecting your own life every second, because someone far greater has taken up that post, and he does not sleep and he does not fail and he will not leave. Let that truth reach all the way down, into the oldest and most frightened part of you, the part that has never once been allowed to rest. Let even that part hear it. You are guarded now. You can put the weight down. And breathe. With every exhale, more heaviness leaves you. With every inhale, more light fills the space it leaves behind. You are being emptied of fear and filled with peace, at the same time breath by breath. There is nothing you must do to make this happen except allow it. The light does the work. Michael holds the perimeter. Christ fills the center. And you, for the first time in perhaps a very long time, get to simply rest inside a protection you do not have to maintain, do not have to earn, and never ever have to beg for. Stay here in this stillness, held from every side and filled from within. Let your breathing be slow. Let your body be soft. Let the truth settle into your bones. You are not alone. You never were. You are surrounded, filled, guarded, and loved, and no fear that has ever lived in you can survive in this much light. Rest here now in the fullness of this protection, and let me speak gently over you, into this peace while you simply receive. There is nothing left for you to do in this moment but be held. You have spent so much of your life braced, guarding, watching, ready for the next thing to go wrong. And your body learned to live that way, in a quiet, constant readiness for threat, never fully at ease, never truly at rest. Tonight, in this light, that long vigilance is allowed to end. Notice what your body feels like right now, wrapped in Michael's shield and filled with the presence of Christ. Notice that in this moment, nothing is required of you. You do not have to solve anything. You do not have to defend anything. You do not have to be strong or capable or prepared. You get to simply be a soul at rest inside a protection greater than yourself. Let your body learn this feeling because your body needs to learn it, and it can only learn it through experience, not through explanation. So let it stay here a little longer, memorizing the sensation, laying down a new memory of what safety feels like from the inside so it has something to return to. For so long it has known only the opposite, the tension, the alertness, the exhausting work of trying to keep yourself safe through sheer will. Let it discover, maybe for the first time in years, what it feels like to be safe without effort, to be protected without vigilance, to be held without holding on. This is what you were always meant to have. Not a life of frantic self-protection, not a nervous system perpetually braced for disaster, but a life lived from within, a protection that never sleeps, guarded by a love that never fails, filled by a presence that never leaves. Feel how your breath has slowed on its own now. Feel how your shoulders have come down. Feel how the frantic quality has drained out of you, replaced by a stillness that does not feel fragile, but solid, grounded, real. This stillness is not the absence of protection. It is the evidence of it. It is the proof, written in your own body, that something has shifted, that the guard has changed, that you are no longer the only one keeping watch over your life. A frightened body cannot rest. Only a body that knows it is guarded can soften like this. And your body is softening because at some level deeper than thought, deeper than any argument or reassurance could ever reach, it is beginning to believe what is true, that you are safe, that the danger it has been braced against is not here, that it is finally allowed to rest. Let it rest. Let it stay soft. There is nothing it needs to snap back to attention for. Not tonight. Not in this light. Let me remind you of something your soul has always known but the world made you forget. The protection you have been aching for was never something you had to construct through the perfection of your prayers or the intensity of your faith. It was never withheld until you asked correctly. It has always been reaching toward you, the way light reaches toward anything that will simply let it in. All your striving, all your begging, all your desperate asking was never what unlocked it. It was already given freely and completely long before you knew how to ask. It was only waiting to be received, the way a gift left on the doorstep waits, patient and unchanging, for the door to finally open. And now you are receiving it. Feel it settling into you, not as a temporary visitor, but as something that belongs to you, something that is coming to stay. This protection is not just for tonight. It is not a light that switches off when the video ends. It is being woven into you now, anchored into your body, your field, your very being, so that you carry it with you into tomorrow, and the day after, and every ordinary and difficult day to come. You are being changed quietly in this stillness. The one who was always begging is becoming the one who knows. The one who felt exposed is becoming the one who rests. The one who scanned every room for danger is becoming the one who can close her eyes in peace. The one who never felt safe anywhere is finding, at last, a safety she carries within her, that goes wherever she goes. And nothing about that shift depends on your effort anymore. It depends only on your willingness to keep remembering what you are learning tonight, that you were never unprotected, never abandoned, never truly alone, and that the shield around you and the light within you were always meant to be yours. Breathe and rest and let this become part of you. We are almost ready to seal it. Now let us seal this protection, so that it does not fade when you rise, but stays anchored around you and within you, holding steady through everything the days ahead may bring. Feel once more the completeness of what surrounds you, the column of divine light pouring down from above, the shield of Archangel Michael on every side, before and behind, to the right and the left, above and below, the rose and gold and blue flames burning steadily in your heart, and the living presence of Christ filling you from your center outward. This is not a fragile arrangement. This is a fortress of light, and it is being made permanent now. See the light around you settle and solidify, no longer just poured over you but sealed around you, an unbroken sphere of protection with you safe at its very center. And ask now gently, without a trace of desperation, simply as a child asks something of a loving parent, that this sealing hold. Beloved Michael, beloved Christ, seal this protection around me and within me. Let it remain when I open my eyes. Let it hold through the night and through the day. Let it stay with me wherever I go. And feel the seal take. Feel the protection lock into place, steady and enduring, no longer something you have to actively maintain, but something that now simply holds on its own around you, the way your own heartbeat continues without your effort, the way your lungs breathe even while you sleep. You do not have to keep this protection running by concentration or willpower. It holds itself now. It is anchored, established, real. From this sealed place, let us gently release any last thing that does not belong inside this light. If there are fears still lingering at the edges, let them go now, drawn out and dissolved. If there are old attachments to feeling unsafe, patterns so familiar that safety itself feels strange, let those loosen and release. If there is anything within you or around you that is not of this light, not of love, not of peace, let it be gently dissolved and carried away, leaving only what is pure, only what is yours, only what belongs. Everything false, everything frightened, everything that was never truly you, gently lifting away, until what remains is simply your own clear light, unclouded and at peace. And let a soft violet light move through and around you now, a light of transmutation, turning everything heavy into something lighter, everything fearful into something free, cleansing your field completely, until all that remains is the golden light of peace. You are cleansed now. You are sealed. You are protected in a way that does not depend on your vigilance and will not collapse the moment you stop concentrating. This is the difference between begging and anchoring, and it is everything. The one who begs must beg again tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after that, because nothing was ever established, nothing ever stayed. Each night begins again from fear. But you have anchored something real tonight, something that does not dissolve at dawn. You have not just asked for protection, you have received it, welcomed it, and sealed it into your very being. It is yours now in a way that no one can take from you. Let yourself feel the security of that. Not a security that requires you to stay afraid and watchful, but a security that lets you finally truly rest. Say these words with me now, quietly, from a place of calm certainty rather than desperate hope, as the seal completes and settles into permanence. I am protected. I am protected. I am protected. Let each repetition settle deeper than the last. Not as a desperate hope, but as a calm statement of what is now simply true. I am protected. Feel your whole body agree with those words. Feel the parts of you that have been afraid for so long, the parts that have never quite believed they were safe, begin slowly to believe them now. Not because you are forcing the belief, but because your body can feel that it is true. This is who you are now. Not the one who begs and trembles in the dark, hoping to be noticed. Not the one who lies awake rehearsing every threat, but the one who stands calm and luminous inside an unshakable light, the one who knows in her body and not just her mind, that she is guarded. Let that identity settle over you like a garment made of light, warm and permanent, yours to wear from this night forward. And that is not a temporary feeling. That is a truth you can return to and rebuild and rest in every single day for the rest of your life. Rest a moment longer in this sealed and finished protection, and let your soul memorize the way it feels, the exact texture of this safety, the specific quality of this peace, so that you can find your way back here whenever you need to, on any night, in any storm, no matter how far you feel from it in the moment. This place is yours now. You know the way. You can always return. Now slowly and gently we begin to return. There is no rush. Let yourself come back at your own pace, carrying everything you have received with you, leaving nothing behind. That column of light above you remains. Michael's shield around you remains. The presence of Christ within you remains. You are not leaving the protection behind by returning. That is the mistake so many people make, believing that peace lives only in the quiet moments and disappears the instant real life resumes. None of it fades as you return. It comes back with you sealed and steady, into your ordinary life, into your body, into this room, into tomorrow morning and every morning after. This was never meant to stay behind in some separate spiritual place. It was meant to come home with you, into the dishes and the traffic and the difficult conversations, into all the ordinary moments where you most need to remember that you are held. Begin to bring your awareness back to the physical. Notice the surface beneath you holding you. Notice the gentle weight of your own body soften now at rest. Notice your breath slow and easy, no longer bracing, simply breathing. And know as you return that something real has taken place. You did not just imagine a nice feeling that will evaporate by morning. You anchored a protection into your being, into your body, into your field, and it is coming back with you into the days ahead, into the very places where fear used to have the final word. Take a slow breath in and let it out. Notice how different this breath feels from the one you took at the very beginning, how much more room there seems to be inside you, how much less you are bracing. That difference is the whole point. That difference is what you came here for. Begin to let a little movement return to your body. Gently move your fingers one at a time. Move your toes. Feel the aliveness returning to your hands and feet. The ordinary miracle of a body at rest and yet fully here. Let a soft, natural stretch move through you if it wants to. The way you stretch when you wake from deep and healing rest, unhurried and grateful. In no rush at all to leave the warmth behind. There is no hurry. Come back slowly. And before you open your eyes, let me speak to you honestly in this open and softened state, because what I am about to say matters, and I want it to reach you while you are still this receptive. What you experience tonight is not meant to be a one-time escape. It is meant to be the beginning of a different way of living. A way of moving through your days anchored in protection instead of braced in fear. But here is the truth. A single prayer, however deep, is a beginning, not a destination. The vigilance you have carried took years to build, and gentleness with yourself repeated daily is what dissolves it. That is exactly why I created something to walk beside you day by day. It is a 21-day journey, a gentle guided path designed to help you anchor this exact sense of protection, safety, and peace, a little more deeply each day, until it stops being something you visit and becomes something you live inside. Real change does not come from one perfect experience. It comes from repetition, from returning to safety so many times that your body finally stops expecting danger. Because that is how the nervous system actually changes, not in a single dramatic moment, however beautiful, but through gentle, consistent return day after day, until the new state wears a groove deep enough to hold, until safety becomes your baseline instead of fear, until being protected is simply the water you swim in rather than something you have to reach for. I am not going to explain all of it here because this is your time to rest, not to be sold anything. I will only say this. If something in you tonight is quietly whispering that you are tired of living braced and afraid, that you are ready to learn what it feels like to live protected, then there is more waiting for you. Everything about it, all the details, is in the pinned comment at the top of the comments and in the description below this video. When you are ready, simply go and look. There is no pressure and there is no rush, only an open door quietly there, should you ever wish to walk through it. It will not chase you. It will simply wait, the way the light itself waited for you tonight. For now, let that be enough to know. There is a next step, a gentle path forward. And it is there for you whenever you want it. No sooner and no later than you are ready. But this moment right now is simply yours to rest in. And nothing about the future needs to pull you out of it. Take another slow breath. Feel how held you still are. And let us finish gently, sealing this experience into your ordinary life with a final blessing. Before you open your eyes and return, carrying your protection with you into everything that comes next. Before you fully return, let us close this sacred time with gratitude and a final blessing, because the way you close something matters as much as the way you begin it. So still resting in this light, let us simply give thanks. Thank you to the divine light that poured down and filled you. Thank you to Archangel Michael, who came the moment you called and placed his shield around your life and the lives of everyone you love. Thank you to the presence of Christ, who came to dwell within you and filled the frightened places with peace. Thank you to your own willing heart, which finally stopped striving long enough to receive what was always being offered. That took courage, more than you may realize, the courage to lower your guard, to stop performing your strength, to let yourself be held. Gratitude is not a formality, and it is not a performance. It is the seal on the seal. It tells your deepest self that this was real, that something was truly given and truly received, and that you can trust it. Gratitude turns an experience into a foundation. It takes what happened tonight and roots it, so that it does not float away as a passing feeling, but stays as ground you can stand on. And now, hear this blessing spoken over you. May you walk from this moment forward knowing that you are protected. May you feel the shield around you on the days you feel exposed. May you feel the light within you on the nights the fear tries to return. May you remember every time you forget that you were never meant to beg for protection because it was always already yours. May you rest, truly rest, in a safety that does not depend on your vigilance. And may you carry this light out into a world that needs it, becoming, for others, a little of the protection you yourself received tonight. May the peace in you become peace around you. May the safety you found become safety that others feel simply by being near you. This is how light spreads, not through striving, but through people who have been filled, quietly overflowing onto everyone they meet. May you become, more and more, a person who lives from safety rather than fear, who moves through the world guarded and unafraid, who has finally come home to the protection that was always meant to be yours. And so it is. It is done. It is done. It is done. Now, gently, when you are ready, take one more slow breath and softly open your eyes, returning fully to the room, carrying your protection with you. Welcome back. Take your time. Be gentle with yourself for the rest of this day. Drink some water when you can. And move slowly because you have just done something real, something that continues working in you even now. Before you go, I want you to know that what you felt tonight is available to you every single time you return here. This video does not run out. On the nights you feel afraid, on the days you feel exposed, come back, press play, and let yourself be surrounded and filled again. Save it now, somewhere you can find it easily, so that the next time fear knocks, so that the next time you feel small and exposed and alone, your protection is only one tap away. You will not have to search for it in the middle of the night. It will simply be there waiting the way it was waiting for you tonight. And if this reached something in you, subscribe, because every week I create guided prayers and practices exactly like this one. For the fear nobody talks about, the anxiety that hides behind a calm face, the longing to finally feel safe. There is a whole library here being built for you, for your peace, for your protection, for your rest, prayer by prayer, practice by practice, a quiet sanctuary you can return to whenever the world becomes too loud and you need to remember who and whose you are. And remember what I told you as you were returning. If your heart is ready for more than a single evening of peace, if it is ready to learn to live this way, the 21-day journey is waiting for you. Everything you need to know is in the pinned comment and in the description below. Go and look whenever you feel ready. No pressure, only an open door. Thank you for trusting me to guide you tonight. Thank you for being brave enough to stop begging and start receiving, because that is its own quiet kind of courage, the courage to believe you were worth protecting all along. You are protected now, truly protected, and here is the deepest truth of all. You always were. Tonight you simply remembered. Carry that with you. Speak it over yourself when you forget. I am protected. And know that it is true. Until the next time, may you walk protected through every door you pass. May you be shielded when the world feels sharp. May you be filled when you feel empty. And may you finally rest deeply and without apology, in the light that was always already yours. God bless you, and see you in the next one.